Your energy is your greatest source of strength. Protect it fiercely. Everything you are, everything you create, and everything you experience begins with the energy you carry within. It is the invisible force that shapes your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your reality. When your energy is strong, your presence becomes undeniable. You don't need to prove your worth or fight for recognition because your energy speaks before your words do. But when your energy is scattered, drained, or filled with negativity, even your greatest efforts can feel heavy and unproductive. Protecting your energy means valuing your peace as much as your progress. It means knowing when to engage and when to withdraw, when to speak and when to stay silent, when to give and when to step back to recharge. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your energy becomes the most precious thing you own. People, situations, and distractions will always try to pull you in different directions, but you must choose wisely where your energy flows. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you say no to something that could empower you. Protecting your energy doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. You begin to realize that not everyone deserves access to your spirit, and not every opportunity aligns with your purpose. The more selective you become, the more powerful you feel. Your energy is also a reflection of how deeply you respect yourself. When you feed your mind with positivity, your energy rises. When you surround yourself with chaos, it falls. When you set boundaries, your energy strengthens. When you ignore your needs, it weakens. It's a living current that responds to how you treat yourself. Protecting it means understanding that peace is not something you stumble upon, it's something you build daily through your choices, your mindset, and your self-discipline. You can't expect clarity from a tired mind or motivation from a drained soul. To show up fully in life, you must first fill your own cup. There will be people who misunderstand your silence or your distance, but you must remember that your energy is not meant to be accessible to everyone. Some will take it, some will drain it, and few will match it. The key is to learn the difference. When you guard your energy, you preserve the essence of who you are, your creativity, your joy, your fire. You stop reacting to every noise around you and start responding with purpose. You stop chasing validation and start radiating confidence. Protecting your energy is not about isolation, it's about alignment. It's about staying rooted in your truth while the world moves around you. It's about carrying your light so fiercely that nothing can dim it. And when you learn to protect that light, you begin to move through life not as someone trying to survive, but as someone who knows their inner power is their greatest strength. What you focus on expands. Direct your energy toward growth, not doubt. Every thought you entertain is like a seed planted in the garden of your mind. When you water it with attention, it begins to grow, whether it's a flower or a weed. That is the quiet power of focus. It shapes the direction of your life without you even realizing it. When your mind constantly dwells on fear, failure, or comparison, you give power to those emotions. They begin to grow, consuming your clarity and stealing your confidence. But when you choose to focus on growth, on possibility, on what you can do rather than what you can't, your energy shifts. You begin to move differently, think differently, and attract differently. Your focus is the steering wheel of your energy. Wherever your attention goes, your power flows. If you keep your mind fixed on obstacles, you'll feel trapped. But if you fix your eyes on the path beyond them, you'll find strength you didn't know you had. This is not just about optimism, it's about discipline. It takes discipline to redirect your thoughts when negativity tries to take over. It takes awareness to catch yourself before you spiral into doubt. Growth begins the moment you take control of your focus and decide that your energy will serve your future, not your fears. The world constantly offers you reasons to feel small challenges, criticism, uncertainty. But you have the power to decide what deserves your attention. When you choose to focus on learning instead of failing, progress instead of perfection, gratitude instead of lack, you reclaim control over your emotional energy. Doubt may whisper, but your focus determines whether you listen. Every time you shift your focus toward growth, you take a step closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. The process may not be easy, but every challenge you face becomes fuel when you choose to focus on what it can teach you. Your mind is a magnet. It pulls in experiences that align with your dominant thoughts. If you constantly dwell on what's missing, you'll find more reasons to feel incomplete. But if you direct your energy toward abundance, toward what's possible, you'll begin to see opportunities appear where obstacles once stood. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice, and that choice begins in the quiet space of your focus. The most powerful people in the world are not those who never face doubt, but those who refuse to give it attention. They understand that focus is a form of faith, that something better is being built in the background of their persistence. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control what you choose to focus on. Life expands or contracts according to the energy you give it. If you want to build a stronger, more peaceful, more powerful life, train your focus like a muscle. Protect it from distractions, guide it toward purpose, and feed it with gratitude. Because when your focus serves your growth, your entire reality begins to expand in ways you once thought impossible. Inner balance creates outer power. Calm energy moves mountains. True strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers in stillness. When your inner world is balanced, your outer actions carry clarity and force. You don't rush. You don't react. You respond with wisdom. The calmness within you becomes an anchor that keeps you steady when everything around you feels chaotic. People often mistake intensity for power, but real power is quiet. It's the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. It's born from understanding who you are, what you stand for, and what truly matters. Inner balance is not about avoiding storms, it's about learning how to remain centered within them. The energy you carry inside is the foundation of everything you build outside. When your thoughts are scattered and your emotions run wild, your energy becomes divided. You lose focus, you lose presence, and your actions lose impact. But when you are grounded, when your mind and heart move in harmony, your energy becomes a force that shapes everything it touches. Calm energy is not weakness, it's control. It's the quiet confidence that allows you to face challenges without losing your composure. When you master that calm, you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop reacting to every opinion, every distraction, every setback. You conserve your strength for what truly deserves it. In this world of constant noise, finding inner balance is an act of rebellion. It means choosing peace over urgency, awareness over impulse. It means learning to breathe before you act, to think before you speak, and to trust before you fear. When you cultivate calmness within, your perspective changes. Problems appear smaller. Solutions become clearer. Your presence begins to influence others without effort, because calm energy is magnetic. It draws people in, offering comfort and stability in a world that constantly demands motion. And as you grow more centered, you begin to realize that balance isn't something you find once, it's something you create daily through intention and practice. To maintain balance, you must know when to move and when to pause. Rest is not weakness, it's restoration. Silence is not emptiness, it's awareness. A balanced soul knows that energy flows best when it's aligned, not forced. When your inner state is calm, your decisions come from strength, not fear. You stop fighting with life and start flowing with it. The most powerful movements often begin in stillness, like the tide preparing to rise or the wind gathering before it shifts. Calmness gives your energy direction, and direction gives it purpose. When your energy is calm, you carry a quiet kind of authority. You no longer depend on the world to validate your power. You simply embody it. You begin to act not out of anxiety, but out of alignment. Every step feels intentional. Every word carries weight. That's the kind of energy that moves mountains not through force, but through presence. The more balanced you are within, the stronger your impact becomes without. You attract what matches your vibration, not your intentions. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want, it responds to the energy you carry. You can speak about success, love, and peace all day, but if your inner energy is filled with fear, doubt, or resentment, you'll continue to attract situations that mirror that. Your vibration is the silent language of your being. It's the emotional frequency you emit through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Every moment you are sending out signals into the world, and the world echoes them back in the form of experiences, people, and outcomes. That is why transformation doesn't begin with what you want. It begins with who you are being. Raising your vibration means becoming aware of what you feed your mind and heart with every day. Negative self-talk, toxic environments, and constant comparison lower your energy. Gratitude, self-love, and purpose elevate it. You don't have to force things when your vibration aligns with your desires. When you feel abundant, abundance flows toward you. When you feel confident, opportunities appear. When you feel at peace, life feels lighter. Your outer reality is a reflection of your inner energy. To change your life, you must first shift your vibration. It's not about pretending to be positive, it's about embodying the frequency of what you want to attract. Every emotion you experience carries a vibration. Fear vibrates low, while love vibrates high. Anger and jealousy drain your energy, while forgiveness and joy replenish it. The more time you spend in high vibrations, the more effortlessly things begin to align for you. It's as if life starts to move in rhythm with your energy. People who resonate with your frequency will naturally find their way to you, and those who don't will slowly fade away. This is why protecting your peace and nurturing your spirit is essential. You cannot invite light into a space filled with chaos. You must clear the inner clutter before new energy can flow in. It's easy to get caught up in wanting things to change the job, the relationship, the circumstances, but true change begins when you elevate your state of being. Instead of asking, "Why isn't it happening yet?" start asking, "What vibration am I sending out right now?" The moment you shift from frustration to faith, from fear to trust, the energy around you begins to rearrange. It's not magic, it's resonance. You attract people and experiences that match the energy you consistently live in. So if you want love, become love. If you want peace, embody peace. If you want success, move like someone who already has it. Your vibration is your power. It's the unseen force that draws life toward you. When you learn to master your inner state, you no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you align. The world becomes a mirror reflecting the energy you hold within. That is the secret. Raise your vibration, and your life will rise to meet it. Mastering your energy means mastering your life. Everything you experience, your emotions, your reactions, your decisions flows from the state of your inner energy. When your energy is unbalanced, you feel lost, reactive, and easily drained by the world around you. But when you learn to master it, you gain control over how you show up in every situation. You stop being a prisoner of your emotions and become the architect of your reality. Mastery doesn't mean you never feel tired, sad, or angry. It means you know how to process those emotions without letting them consume you. It means you choose your response instead of reacting blindly. Energy mastery begins with awareness, the awareness of how your thoughts shape your feelings and how your feelings shape your actions. Every person has an energetic rhythm, a flow that determines how they move through life. When that flow is disrupted by stress, negativity, or constant distraction, it creates friction. You feel stuck, scattered, or uninspired. But when you align your energy with intention, everything begins to move more smoothly. You start attracting opportunities instead of chasing them. You make decisions from clarity, not confusion. This is the quiet strength of energy mastery. It allows you to navigate life with grace rather than resistance. It's not about controlling the world. It's about mastering your inner world so that no matter what happens, you remain grounded, focused, and unshaken. To master your energy, you must learn the art of preservation. Not every situation deserves your reaction, and not every person deserves your access. Some things are better met with silence than explanation. Protecting your energy is not withdrawal, it's wisdom. The more you guard your inner power, the more you have to give to what truly matters. You begin to realize that peace is not something you stumble upon, it's something you create through discipline. It takes discipline to pause before responding, to rest before burning out, to meditate instead of overthinking. True mastery lies in the small moments where you choose alignment over chaos, peace over noise, understanding over judgment. Energy mastery also means recognizing when your energy is off and knowing how to restore it. Maybe you need solitude. Maybe you need movement, music, or nature. Maybe you need to release what no longer serves you, a habit, a thought, a relationship. Mastery is not about perfection. It's about constant recalibration. The more in tune you become with your energy, the more powerful you feel. You begin to move through life with intention, not reaction. You stop rushing because you trust your rhythm. You stop doubting because you trust your alignment. When you master your energy, you master your direction. You begin to lead your life rather than be led by it. Every choice becomes deliberate. Every word carries energy. Every action reflects purpose. This is the kind of power that cannot be taken, it's cultivated from within. And once you learn to command your energy, you hold the key to mastering not just your days, but your destiny. The world responds to the frequency you emit, not the words you speak. Energy is the language of existence, and every thought, emotion, and action sends a vibration into the universe. You may say you want peace, success, or love, but if your energy is filled with frustration, fear, or self-doubt, the world will reflect that confusion back to you. People can feel your energy even before you speak. They sense your intention, your authenticity, your confidence, or your lack of it. That's why the most powerful people are not always the loudest. They are the ones whose energy speaks clearly and consistently. Their frequency aligns with their truth, and the world responds accordingly. Your words create sound, but your energy creates impact. You can't fake your frequency. If your heart carries resentment while your mouth speaks kindness, the energy won't match. The vibration you emit always tells the truth. The universe listens not to your declarations, but to your vibration, what you truly believe about yourself, your worth, and your potential. That's why transformation begins on the inside. When you raise your internal frequency, your outer reality begins to shift. The people you attract, the opportunities that arise, the peace you feel, all are reflections of your energetic state. Raising your frequency means living with awareness. It means noticing the emotions that dominate your days and choosing which ones deserve your attention. It means letting go of bitterness and blame because low energy binds you to the past. Gratitude, compassion, and faith vibrate higher. They open your energy field, allowing new possibilities to enter. The more love and authenticity you radiate, the more life mirrors that back to you. Energy alignment isn't about pretending to be positive. It's about being truthful enough to acknowledge your emotions, then choosing to rise above them. You don't deny the pain, you transform it. Every interaction you have is an exchange of energy. When your vibration is low, you attract friction, misunderstanding, and delay. But when you operate from a place of calm strength and integrity, everything starts to move more easily. You'll notice synchronicities, effortless opportunities, and deeper connections. That's because the world always responds to resonance. Whatever you are inside becomes a signal that calls its match from the outside. This is why it's so important to take care of your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. You can't emit peace if you're carrying chaos. You can't attract abundance if you're consumed by scarcity. The frequency you live in determines the reality you experience. To change what's around you, you must first change what's within you. Speak less from your lips and more from your energy. Let your frequency rise through self-awareness, kindness, and authenticity. The world is not waiting for your words, it's responding to your vibration. When you align your energy with your truth, life begins to answer in harmony. You don't have to chase, you only have to resonate.